So how do these free group funnels turn traffic into profit, saving you time with less complexity, less cost, and less headcount? If you sell advice or you're a brick and mortar business, you're gonna absolutely love this. And I'm gonna show you the core model, how it works, and then the automation and content portion of it. And I think by watching this, you're gonna see exactly how this is gonna fit in to your business model to help you turn traffic into profit consistently. So check this out. Here's the core model. Now, we've tested a lot of different things to find out what actually works, and we're refining it more and more every day. So I'm just sharing with you what we've actually learned and figured out. So we always need traffic. We always need some way of getting people in front of our stuff, getting eyeballs on our stuff. So we've got to get traffic. We like to use short form and long form organic content. It's amazing. We went from spending tens of thousands of dollars each month on traffic to getting to stay in our pocket with that money and just bring people at the same rate, amazingly. And when we stop paying for our ads, they go away, but the content stays out there helping us forever. So we get traffic. This traffic we send to our website. Our website has a newsletter option on it. It also has the option to just go buy our thing, and it has the option to join our FGF or free group funnel. Now here's what's amazing about this. Most of the time and most of the places that you're gonna hear from are talking about VSL funnels and all these other things. There's nothing wrong with those things. This is just becoming more and more effective, and I'll explain why. When they join the free group funnel, we have a connection in the background that also adds them to our automations. Just no different than as if they join our newsletter. They go into our automations. And our traffic can even go straight into our free group funnel by putting the link down in the description and just talking about it, having people go straight to the free group funnel. Here's the really cool thing. When they go to the free group funnel, it's amazing what's in there. So let me share how it works. There's a free community in there, but it's still gated. In order to get into this free group funnel, they have to answer a couple questions, enter their email, their name, things like that. When they do that, it also adds them to your automations in the background. I'll get to that more in a minute. In the community though, you have your core customers in there. You get to approve them whether they come in or not. And as I'll talk about down here, they're not just becoming a subscriber, they're actually a member of something, a member of a community of people just like them with the same problems that they have, and the people in there are trying to solve those problems just like them, which does something really amazing that the VSL funnel and the other funnel models don't do. See, in the VSL funnel and the other funnel models, which are still effective and can be used, but they're just used differently now, your list couldn't communicate with your list. This is a huge problem for you as a creator, as a business owner, as somebody selling a product or service. And the reason why is you were not able to get data and feedback from a connection process. So in the scientific method, you've got your inputs, processes, outputs, and feedback. That feedback loop was taken out of the equation, which did not let the model get better, and it also made it hard for you to create content. Let me ask you this. Do you struggle sometimes on what type of content should I create? How can I make my content turn into customers? How can my content give me growth in the business nonstop? Well, if you take that feedback loop and output loop and you take that away, you can't improve because you don't know what to improve. With the free group funnel, your customers are in there talking to each other, and when they communicate, you learn and see exactly what they say about the problem, how they describe it. You're getting to know the emotions and true understanding of your customer, and people buy with their emotions. So if you're having trouble with copywriting and messaging, it's because you don't have that feedback loop in your current funnel model, or you may not have any of these things, which it's a disaster if you don't, because if your competition has this and you don't, it's just a matter of time. It's like a hole in the bucket. So here's the thing. With the free group funnel, when they get in there, your customers can communicate with each other, and they can tell you exactly what content to create. They can tell you exactly how to make it perfect for them to buy from you. It's beautiful, and you don't have to do anything or stress this to make it happen. It just happens naturally. And they're joining something that is not a list. They're not just opting in for something. They're becoming a part of a community to help them solve their problems. Completely different psychology. There's also a calendar inside of there. So this is really powerful because you can do a weekly or monthly call if you so choose. I absolutely suggest it. I like to do one weekly call on Zoom and let people get on and ask me questions. Imagine this. Your perfect customers are asking you questions about how to solve their problem. What do you think that does for you when you need to create content to grow your business, develop your deep branding within your industry and your niche, and make your product better? That's the perfect thing, right? They're getting what they want as well. They're getting help. They're getting support. By who? By you, not your competition. So it's a completely different paradigm shift in the customer's thinking, and they're going, this is free? And what happens there is they actually get to test drive what you're doing, and they self-select themselves as a customer, which removes the sales process. So Gary Vee always said sales is bad marketing, because if you have to sell it, it's because your marketing stinks. And this is marketing at its utmost finest. And it doesn't even feel like marketing. It feels like help and support the whole time. What a beautiful concept, right? So this calendar, you can just schedule a calendar call in there. They can subscribe to get on the calendar, and you know who's on there, and you can jump on for half hour, an hour, answer their questions. It can be recorded. You can stick it back inside of the community so they have that for future reference. It's selling them silently in the background, and you get gold for content. You get gold for what to put in your emails. Copywriting and messaging is no longer a thought. It's instantaneous. And your classroom. Your classroom is a place where, think of it as like a course module platform, right? So you can put courses back there. Here's the beautiful thing, and I didn't even add this. Let me go ahead and add this real quick. It's called gamification. So in this classroom, what's really cool about the classroom is you can demonstrate and define your core model, or in other words, how you actually solve their problem. So in a typical VSL funnel, when somebody opts in, the other people on the list can't communicate. Number one error, or number one drawback, okay? Number two is, in the VSL funnel, it's just basically a sales pitch disguised as a training, right? Well, in here, it's a completely different paradigm shift, because in the classroom, they can demonstrate, they can test drive, and you get to define each step of your model, how you get them from one place to the next. So I always talk about, you got your customer here. In their current situation, they're unhappy. And in their desired situation, they have the results that they want. They got the problem solved, okay? So these steps that you take them across to get them over the gap, which is what they pay for, those steps right there you put in your classroom, and in each one of those modules, you're simply just demonstrating and defining your core model to them so they can go, aha, this is actually something that can help me. And then you end up getting no-touch sales, meaning they don't need to get on the phone, wasting time, costing money to employ that, costing money to do that. They'll just go to the order form and they can just sign up because they already understand, and it saved you that time. It's automated. And they got a game element inside of this free group funnel. Now, this isn't a Facebook group. This is a specific software that you use to get them into, and that is yours. It's branded by you. It's a process of building your business using automation, simplicity. It's amazing. I mean, I really can't stress it enough. But in this game element, they get points to engage in the community, which gives you the data and feedback. And as they engage, the reason why they would want to do that is because you can unlock certain things. In my community, people ultimately always are wanting to know, how do you grow a YouTube channel? How do you get organic traffic? How do you set up funnels? How do you do copywriting and messaging? I can dangle those carrots and unlock those if they get to a certain point status, or in other words, every time they engage and somebody likes their engagement, whether it's they make a post in your community, or they comment on someone else's post, if they get a like on that, it gives them points. If they get enough points, you can unlock a course. That course, again, would act as a demo and definement piece that sells your business, sells your product. It's beautiful. And in the whole time, you're getting customer feedback. They're in love with what's happening because they're learning and meeting other people. It builds a community. And here's the even greater part. I didn't even put this on here. Every time somebody engages in your community, and every time you post something in your community, it creates a new indexable page in Google, and it's all, think about it, it's all derived around your core topics and your core niche. So it's Every time somebody's in there engaging, creating posts, you create posts, somebody comments, it's creating a new indexed page in Google with your group talking about your core model, which gives you more SEO to your brand. And I'll tell you what, over time, it's like less on ads, more on organic, and the branding and marketing, it just becomes an evergreen model. It's one of the most, I'm just so excited about it, if you can't tell, because it's so powerful in our world today, being able to run a business by doing less, which means more time freedom, more people get more support and help. Everybody wins in this thing. You make more profits. It's beautiful. What else? I mean, it's just great, right? So it grows your list. People are members, not subscribers. They get to test drive and self-select themselves as a customer. You don't have to go in there and twist arms and do this heavy sales process. You're developing goodwill, and it's a content maximizer, because every time you put something out in a long form video, say on YouTube, or you put out some short form content, or you create content in general, you can put it inside of your community that loves you because you're helping them, and it's gonna grow that content, which develops more traffic, which gets more people into your system. You see how this thing is just a loop, and it just keeps building and compounding and growing. And it's a great research and development tool. The data and feedback you get from the weekly calls and the customer community is gonna just give you, you're gonna be like superhuman, and your competitors are gonna go, how do they know all this stuff? And then your copywriting and messaging, that's just a thing of the past, right? Like Ogilvy said, your customers write your copy. You just say back to them what they said their problem was, and then you show them how to solve it. Well, where do you find this talking about the product and problems? Right here in your community, right here on your weekly and monthly calls, if you so choose, right here. And in the classroom, by the way, as you're demoing and defining, they can comment on all that. What do you mean? How does this work? And it tells you. And the whole community, every single week when you have your preset calendar where you're gonna be on either weekly or monthly or both, it emails them prior and says, hey, don't forget to jump on and get your questions answered. And then you can link to a call up in your community. So in the community, there's like this little spot when they get in there, and it looks like this. So you've got a picture of your brand, and then there's links you can put right here underneath their settings. And then over here is like the community tab and all the classroom tabs and everything like that. It's really simple, really easy to look at, really easy to function. So no complexity, but these links can go to a call or they can go to an order page. It's really awesome. So that's what the free group funnel is. And that's how you turn traffic into profit consistently in an automated way. And that's how you come up with great content, maximize your brand and marketing, and create a full loop that is working amongst itself, it just self-empowers itself and gets better and better, and everybody wins. But what really makes this happen so good is when you really know how to do this traffic model, how to really generate traffic in a right way that produces goodwill and just grows your brand. And that's what this video is all about right here.